Hey guys, welcome back. Just wanted to go over some diorama essentials for anyone beginning, starting out making dioramas. I've been making dioramas now for about 8 months, and I just wanted to share a video on what you need, just different tips. Practice makes perfect. A lot of you folks might think, I can't make a diorama or I don't have what it takes. But when you sit down and you actually put your mind to it, you'll find that you really can. Just have an idea and make it happen. So I just wanted to show you guys what you need to make dioramas. Most of my dioramas I make for 4-inch figures. I have made several larger ones. Based on the size of the figure that I want to make, really depends on what kind of foam board I use. So let me just show you the different types of foam board. I have a video up on my preference for foam board, which is the 1/2 inch. But this is the 1/2 inch foam board that I use because I make smaller figure dioramas. It does texture nicely, it cuts nicely, it's fairly durable. When I cut, it comes two-sided with paper, and I just peel the paper off one side and I leave the paper on the other side, and it helps give it that more durability. And I just carve into the side, obviously, that I take the paper off of. It's 1/2 inch. I get it at Hobby Lobby. I think it's $6.99 a sheet. I use a coupon, and oftentimes it's on sale. So it comes like a 2x2 size sheet, 2 feet by 2 feet. It's good size, and it's a good price. So I like using this one. Let's see, 1-inch pink insulation foam from Home Depot. I have made several dioramas using this, and it's a really quality foam to carve into, to texture. It takes paint nicely after you prime it. Yeah, it's real nice. You can't go wrong with this one either. And then you get your dollar store foam board that I use a lot for just I never make a full piece out of this particular, only because it's so, I mean, obviously it's thin, but it's perfect for like moldings, door frames, just any additions that you want to make to your diorama. It works really nicely. It just and it textures nice. You can paper peels off real nice, and it takes paint very well after priming. So that's the 3 style foam boards that I use. Mostly use this one to construct out of. I have used this. Sometimes I intermingle both of them, and oftentimes I intermingle all 3 in my dioramas. So whatever works best for you. Trial and error, practice. A lot of times you'll try something and it doesn't work, and you just chalk it up as experience. Oftentimes you'll try something and it will work, and you'll be happy you gave it a shot. But you can only watch so many videos onto what to do. I mean, there's techniques, there's ways of doing things that many others have different approaches. The only way you're going to figure it out is by sitting down and doing it yourself. And that's how you learn. I mean, it's definitely good to watch videos, watch tutorials, which I have quite a bit. And there's several good, very good diorama artists on YouTube with really good information. But these are the 3 style foam boards. Obviously, you need knives. My go-to knife is obviously my X-Acto. I have this one I picked up from the dollar store. It's for thicker foam. It works really good. Obviously be careful when you're cutting, because it's easy to cut yourself. I have several times. Never needed stitches, but enough to say ouch. So you just have to be careful. Obviously you need rulers. I really like this ruler. It has 1-inch measurements, half-inch measurements. I use it oftentimes to make my brickwork. It makes easy measuring, easy cutting. T-square for straight cuts. Very handy, very essential. You pick these up cheap. Well, you can spend a little bit of money on them. Depends on the quality that you want. All these are essential. You can't do diorama making really without these. And obviously foam. Glue. You need glue. Tacky glue. That's what I use. It's a quick dry tacky glue, or I just use regular tacky glue. It takes a little bit to dry, but it's once it's dry, it's nice and solid. Or if you're impatient, like sometimes I am, I use hot glue. This one, unfortunately, is a high temp one, which I don't recommend a high temp, because when you put it to your foam, it could melt. If you put too much and it's too hot, it'll melt your foam, but it'll still adhere, and it'll still make a nice solid bond, and it dries super quick. This one dries super quick, but doesn't dry quick, but it dries to where it's very strong. This one dries quick and is very strong, but beware of melting your foam. Diorama making, there's so much supplies that it's all in the matter of what you have a budget for, what you want to spend, your personal preference. I don't recommend using quality paint. I recommend using the dollar paints that you can buy at Walmart, at Hobby Lobby, or any places like that. Folk Art is one of the paints that I use. It's a lot thicker than the Americana. This one's a lot less viscous. So this one I usually add a little bit of water to, and you can't go wrong with either one. These are my two go-to type of paints that I use for my dioramas. You don't want to use good quality paints. It'd be too expensive, especially depending on the size of the diorama you make. You want to use the cheaper paint, and you can't tell the difference. If I was to use these and then go to a quality paint, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a good quality paint as opposed to this. This is a good quality paint for dioramas. You can't go wrong with any of the craft paints. Acrylic. Definitely look for acrylic. I came across these at, I believe, AC Moore, Nicole's Craft Studio. It's a little thinner than both of them. Sometimes you need a couple different layers of application to get it to cover really well, but it's only 57 cents a bottle. So I've been using these quite often. Because if you're going to save money anywhere, you can really save it on your paints. You're better off getting a good quality, good quality paint brushes, X-Acto knives, good quality ruler, and then cut your budget on your paints. Don't spend more than $2 on a thing of paint. That's just my opinion. It's personal preference. Whatever you guys like. There's a couple different paint brushes I use. This one I mostly use to cover my pieces for primer. This is my go-to brush for dry brushing, which is a whole different tutorial. There's plenty of folks out there that give good tutorials on dry brushing. But you can watch tutorials on dry brushing till you're blue in the face. You won't learn how to do it unless you sit down and do it. I mean, learn from people, get the idea of what to do. But the best way to learn is sit down and do it. Just go for it. And if you mess up, so what? You count it as experience. But oftentimes you will impress yourself, and you'll be happy you just went out and did it. Super glue. I use super glue for different pieces, especially for wood. I picked this bundle of wood up at Hobby Lobby for $5.99. I use it for my window frames, door frames, moldings. You can even make a flooring out of it. Whatever you want. I've cut into foam and textured it to make a hardwood floor, or I've used this and glued it to the top of the phone and just use I use a wire brush to texture it up, something along these lines, and that just runs in. Or you can come in with your knife and just texture it, cut it, and stagger your wood, and it makes a really nice wooden floor. I've done smaller pieces like that, and this cuts just with an X-Acto. You just make your mark, and it's soft enough to just cut with an X-Acto knife, and then it breaks right off. So yeah, you can use this definitely for implement it in your dioramas, and you'll be happy you did, because it gives just a different texture, different quality, a different look to your pieces. Don't just stick with foam. I mean, it's nice to stick with foam, but be adventurous. Implement different techniques, different things into your pieces, and it'll give it that unique look. Yeah, different things that I have hanging around. I picked this up in the sewing aisle. It's good for windows, for grates, for just about anything that you need mesh for. Fences, that you can pick up in any kind of sewing aisle at a Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and it adds a nice look to any diorama you're trying to make. I'm trying to think if I've missed any. There's so much that you can buy, that you can purchase. But when you first start out, just go with. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You need a knife. You need some foam. You need some paint. You need a ruler, and then that's really all you need. And then you can just do your thing and make something. And you may really like what you make. And if you don't like what you make, you try again. And I just use rolled up pieces of aluminum foil. I use this to texture my foam. It textures pretty nice with it. If you want like brickwork, or that you want textured up, this gives it that unique look. Some folks just use a rock. They just go outside and grab a rock, and then once that's painted, and then you can do a nice dry brush, it really looks good. It does. Dry brushing really adds a nice quality look to your paint job. Some cases call for it, and some you just want maybe just a couple coats of a solid paint. It all depends on what you're looking for. And there's fantastic dioramas on YouTube, on the internet. It's just not for your 6-inch Marvel Legends, for your 4-inch Marvel Universe, G.I. Joe. People make all different scales, and the attention to detail is amazing. So you just use your imagination, whatever. Don't just limit it to Marvel Legends. Don't just limit it to Marvel Select, Marvel Universe, G.I. Joe. You can do, if you like making miniatures, you can do a miniature diorama. Some are amazing. And just remember, when you do make a diorama, the attention to details really make the diorama. It really makes the piece. So take your time. Don't be in a hurry. I've been making dioramas about 8 months, and sometimes you get impatient. But don't be impatient. Take your time. Sit down. Do it because you enjoy it. Do it because you do it for you. Don't be concerned about what others think. If you post it to different forums, don't worry about your likes. Don't worry about comments. just be expressive in what you make and enjoy what you make. Do it for you. Do it because you enjoy doing it. And then the folks that like it will like it, and the other folks, it might not be their scale. It might not be, what they're interested in. Just don't take it personal. It just might not be something that floats their boat. But I wouldn't worry about it. You do it for you. It's the same way with an artist that draws. They draw for them. Don't look for critiques from other folks. It's good to take critiques. It's good to learn from other people. But ultimately, you do it because you enjoy it. And it's something that, a way of expressing yourself in what you make. So you do it for you. This is just an idea of, it's a wall I'm working on. 1/2-inch foam board. It's got the first layer of primer on it. It's a part of a diorama piece that I'm making that's larger than what I'm used to making. So stay tuned. I'll post that. It's for a 1/18 scale, but usually I like making nice corner pieces. They're smaller. I think they really enhance figures really nice. Some people make whole scenes. They make a whole back alley, or they make abandoned ruins, or whatever. Some folks make larger scale. Some folks make smaller scale. You just do what you enjoy doing. I hope this video was helpful. I hope I didn't leave anything out. You need foam board. You need knives. You need rulers. And you need glue. And you need craft acrylic paint. And then you're on your way to diorama making. And as you learn and as you go along, you can add to your supply list. You can add to just what you prefer, your preferences. Everybody's different. So let your personality show through your dioramas. Let your interests and your likes show through what you make. Don't do it because everybody else is doing it. You do it because you enjoy it. Okay, so any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to answer them. You can get this at Home Depot, Hobby Lobby. This one here, you can get at the dollar store. Good size sheet for $1. Oh, and a pencil. You need a pencil for just marking your marks and coming in on your, when you make brickwork, you do your slice with your X-Acto, and you come in and you accentuate it with a pencil. So it's good for just adding a little depth to your cuts. So it gives it that nice straight, deep line. And there's just so much more. So you folks that are beginning, just get what you need, stop making, and then as you enjoy what you're doing and you want to continue, you can add to your supplies, and you'll be happy you did. Okay? So, hey, have at it, have fun, enjoy doing it, find forums that you like, and forums that you enjoy, and post your work there, and folks will be encouraging. They'll help you out. Dio Structure is one of them. Diorama Builders on Facebook. And there's many more. Mini dioramas. There's military dioramas. Facebook is a wonderful way to show your work, to look for encouragement, to, just be part of a community that has the same likes and interests that you have. And you'll find a lot of encouragement there. And you'll find a lot of amazing work. And it'll make you strive to want to be better at your work. But ultimately, we do it for us. We do it because we enjoy it, and that's what counts. Be true to yourself and make what you love, and enjoy doing it. Okay? So you guys have a good day, good night, and thanks for checking out. Please like and subscribe, and have a good day.